EdPuzzle is a great product for keeping students engaged while watching videos. It also holds them accountable for watching the entire video. To get started, go to edpuzzle.com and either log in if you already have an account or sign up. Choose I'm a teacher and then sign in with Google. You'll need to choose your Google account and then you will be in. Now notice that you may get prompted to verify your email. If you do, go to your email, check that, and click the verified link. When you first enter EdPuzzle, you'll get a screen that looks like this. Click on My Classes at the top, and then choose Add New Class. This little menu will pop up. You can import from Google Classroom, but we're going to create a new class. Click that, and you'll get a couple options. So the first, you can add a new class, title it, you can put a description if you want, that's optional, and then you need to choose a class type. Classic is what I would recommend for most of you. The students will actually log in or sign up and you'll get analytics, and then you'll create the class. You could choose the open option. This is best for elementary teachers or people who want EdPuzzle just for quick practice and you're not worried about students setting up accounts. They would just have a join code that they could use to get in. An optional way that you can have students enroll in class is to go to invite students, and here you will get a code that you could post or send to students. You could also get a link that you could put in, say, Schoology or send out through Seesaw so that they could enroll. If you need to reset that code, you can do that under class options. This is what that menu looks like. If they pop in there, you can see that there's just a place to copy the link. You could even share by email. If you're going to embed these into Schoology, however, the code will not be needed, but it can be a nice backup for you. All right, now we're going to want to add content. So before we were on My Classes, let's just move over and click on the Content menu, then choose My Content over here on the left. Choose Add Content and you will get 4 different options. The 2 most common are to create a video or upload a video. You can organize them into folders and you can actually assign a student project where they create EdPuzzles. The upload video would be for videos that you have saved on your desktop that you created with some other product perhaps. And then the create a video is where you can utilize videos that are already online in any of these popular video hosting sites. That's what we're going to do. So I clicked on create a video. I'm going to choose YouTube, so I'll choose that source, and then I can search up here. If I had a link, I could paste that directly in there and it would take me right to my video. Once I see my video, I will click on it to select it. If I need that link or if I want to do the link because I'm searching in YouTube, I can click on the share button at the bottom and copy the link there, and then paste that right into that search in EdPuzzle. So let's say I've clicked on my video, now I've selected it. I will see at the bottom that in this case, several people have already created EdPuzzles for this video. If I wanted one of these, I could just simply click on one of those and assign it, or I could choose one of theirs and copy it and modify it. I'm going to edit. I just want to start from scratch. So I chose edit, and now I can crop the video if I wish. I can just click these little white handlebars and drag them in, either the beginning or end. Maybe I didn't need the whole video. I can also cut a piece in the middle of the video. So if I did that, I would take this little cursor and I'd line it up where I want to begin my cut. I'd click Add Cut. I'd pull it to where I want it to end, and I'd cut again. So in that way, you can take out unnecessary parts of the video. Very handy. Now, once you have your video cropped the way you want it, it's time to add interactivity. So you would play your video, and then when you hit the spot that you would like to add some interactivity, simply pause it, and then click on questions at the top. We'll add questions first. Once you do that, you need to choose what kind of question you want. You can either put in a multiple choice, an open-ended, or actually this one's not a question, but you can add a note as well. Let's do multiple choice first. I click that and then I get this handy little creator. I can put my question in at the top, put in my answers. I can add more answers if I want. I put the green check by the one that is correct, and then I click Save. Now that takes me to a verification screen where I can preview my question and I can see what it would look like for students. I can edit it if I didn't like what I had there, or I could delete it and start over. If I wanted to add additional questions or notes to this exact same location, I could choose these and kind of stack them on top of each other. However, if I like what I have, I can click Continue. This is what the open-ended question would look like if you chose that option instead of multiple choice. You would just simply type in a question and save. You do have the option, however, of adding feedback. If I clicked feedback, it takes me to a tinted screen where I can type in comments that I want to appear when the student actually submits their answer. And I could do that with multiple choice too. It's a nice way to guide the students and make sure they're on the right track, even if they typed in the wrong answer. You can also add notes. That was the third option under the Questions tab at the top. So a note lets you do a number of things. So here's an example. I could put in text, and then where it says cohort testimony, I actually made that a hyperlink to another video. So you can do that with the hyperlink tool. You have an image insert option, so I put in this image, and there even is a math equation editor. Now, one thing that I really like is you can embed audio at the bottom. So you can record audio right over the top of your note. So not only will students see this, but they will hear you talking. When you have what you like, you can click Save. This is an example of what the equation editor would look like in Notes. You can see it's quite robust, and you can put in some math equations or some simple shapes. Let's say you like most of the video you've chosen, but there's a part that you really wish were a little different. You can add a voiceover to a section of the video. To do that, you would hit play. You'd pause it where you want that to start. Then you would click on voiceover, click on start recording. You might have to allow your microphone. When you're finished, you hit stop, so the start will turn into a stop button. And then you can preview it down here by clicking play. If you like it, you can click continue. Now that will look like this when you're finished. You can see that it's kind of orange here. That's the part where I added my own narration instead of the narration that was on the original video. Notice over on the left-hand side also, I get a handy little summary and timeline of the events I've added to my slideshow or my video show. Now I'm finished, so I've saved it. I get an option to assign, and notice it shows me the stopping points that I have in place for my students. It shows me also the points down here where they will be cued to do something. I'm going to assign it to one of my classes. So I click assign, I check my class. I'm going to assign it to all. I could assign manually to individual students for differentiated assignments if I chose. And then you can choose here if you want to prevent skipping so they can't move ahead without actually watching it. Or you can turn on your closed captions, which is a good idea. And then I will click Assign. The other option you have is instead of being assigned to a class, you could go to Public Links and either copy the link or the embed code. That could just be pasted, and then students would not have to log in. And the results would be more anonymous. So this is what the students will see. The students will go and they'll click on your link, and then they will be prompted to join a class. When they do that, they would complete the activities in the video as they watch, and then when they're done, it would cue them up and say, "You're done. Show results." When they click on show results, they would see the results of the interactivity, and if there's something that still needs to be graded, it would appear that way. Once the teacher grades it, they would get a score. The class analytics are available to the teacher as well. So if I go to my content in EdPuzzle, you can see that I've been in there twice. So one time I did not even start it, and it shows I did not watch it. The other one was watched 100% 7 minutes ago, and it tells me when that happened. I have some other options over here where I can reset student progress, download grades, and delete the assignment. You can take a look at those and explore on your own. If I click on a name, now I get deeper analytics. So here I can see this student watched this part of the video twice and everything else once. And then I can see what the student got on each of the interactive experiences. This one still needs to be graded, so I can click the check or the X depending if they got it right or wrong, and I can add comments as the teacher. And the student would see those. So if we want to put this in Schoology, for instance, or another learning management system, we're going to copy that embed code from the earlier screen where we were sharing with our class. We'll get the embed code, and then we're going to go to Schoology. We could add a page, an assignment, or discussion. We'll add a page in this case. Once you're in there, you'd type your introduction, and then I would recommend putting a series of X's where you want that EdPuzzle to be. Think of X marks the spot. Over on the top right, you'll click on the bottom button to enter HTML mode, which can be a little intimidating, but don't worry about it because we have our X's. Highlight those X's and then paste your embed code. Then you will click back on the top button and you'll be back in the normal page view. You can see where the EdPuzzle will appear. Create it, and now your lesson is done. When the student clicks on that, they will see the embedded EdPuzzle and they can begin. So here I'm a student, I went in, I would click Get Started, and then I would log in with Google. It'll automatically sync me up to my account. I would click Play. If I want it more full screen, I can click the full screen view, and then I would work through the EdPuzzle activity. If for some reason it appears grayed out like this, simply refresh your screen and you should be good. And if you would like to explore more PD, there are great EdPuzzle PD courses available as well. Good luck exploring EdPuzzle. Have fun adding engagement and interactivity for your students in the video watching experience.